resigning as president of the University of Missouri System.
Hey Binghamton, welcome to the second edition of the Multicultural Resource Center Diversity Talk Show. Now, today we're not outside on the spine because it's extremely disgusting outside. I think it's 10 degrees and I can't get sick, so I won't be participating. But that's fine because for once I have a new co-host.
Hi, my name's Lillian. I'm super excited to help interview today. Today we're going to ask students about the recent protests at University of Missouri. We're going to ask students what they know about the issue, and also we're going to create a bigger discussion on whether or not students think structural racism occurs at the university setting.
So we're going to be walking around campus and just to get a mix of opinions and different views and hopefully see what people have to say. So are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm super ready.
All right, let's do this. Let's go.
The University of Missouri currently right now is up in arms or is going through certain situations about racial inequalities and injustices.
I know that they've been getting a lot of racial comments towards the students over there, and they all feel unsafe on the campus.
I've heard that a lot of black students have been getting death threats on Yik Yak.
For example, like there was a swastika made of like feces that was hung on like a dorm room wall. Yeah, you know, and like certain things like that like students were voicing the concerns about that, and administration was not reacting to it as effectively as they could have been. And then it got to a point where like people were like organizing to do something about it. So the football team decided to do like a strike against playing. So they decided to not play. Another student decided to go on a hunger strike.
I think the whole situation is so unfortunate that all these issues about race are surfacing in the 21st century.
The protesters need to be given more attention. They're obviously fighting for a good cause, and I think that neglecting them isn't going to help anyone in the situation.
Well, what's been evident, what's very clear is that what happened didn't need to happen. I think it's important for whether you're faculty, staff, students, the general community to know that it's really all about being able to dialogue. Essentially, what was needed was a discussion, a meeting of the minds, meeting someone on that middle road, and that is what is needed on our campuses, especially around issues of race. We have to be willing to have the conversations. We have to be willing to talk to each other in civil manners. So what became evident to me with all that happened in Missouri, it was an unfortunate situation that it was so escalated, but it really said that we need dialogue, we need cultural competency more than ever.
I feel like he either gave up very quickly and didn't care enough to try to fix the problem, or he was aware of the problem and didn't want to fix it.
I think that the football team deciding not to play was a huge factor, because then you're hurting the pockets of like the institution.
It was an inability to even recognize another person's needs. The inability to be empathetic in scenarios where you don't understand someone else or what they're going through, but you're willing to understand.
As a president, I think you should be able to handle those kind of issues. If he can't, then maybe it is best he step down.
I simply believe that he was under a great deal of pressure.
I feel more of the factors weren't due to racial injustices and the students speaking up about it. It was more to, they are a D1 school if the football team did not play in this game, they would have lost $1 million. That's a lot of money for a school to lose. And so I think it was about more of a economic reasoning rather than a caring for the student body.
Especially due to the internet, we definitely get things like maybe viral, and that usually gets a good message out, hopefully.
I think it's really strong, actually. I mean, I know everybody on campus here is on Twitter about 24/7. So in order to see something like that daily and keep the movement going really does help. And also it reaches a younger audience.
I think that that's really good at like galvanizing like all of like the students to be able to become more aware about what's going on. If it's wasn't for social media, then we wouldn't have been able to like know like more effectively like what's going on.
Yeah, I think social media, especially, it surrounds all of us, so it's like an effective way to get everyone, because everyone's on it.
So it's important for students to voice their concerns, and it's also important for faculty and staff, administrators to support those efforts.
I was able to find out mostly about the Missouri protests on social media with Pulse, how they told everyone to wear all black on Friday, and I found out that was like a thing at all schools, so that was a great thing. So I participated in that, all black, and I was able to like read articles and just catch up on it with that.
I recently saw some people were posting statuses on Facebook about that. I think that's good. It's something small that you could do to bring awareness to it. So I think that's a good step, but there's definitely more action that needs to be taken.
It definitely brings awareness to other people, so it's like people don't have to be like unaware or blind to the issue.
Personally, I've never experienced racism on campus. I've seen my closest approach with it has been with Yik Yak. I've seen a lot of racist posts. Personally,
yeah, there have been moments on this campus where it's like I felt like I was being like put in a corner because of my race. So I'm a student in the Watson School of Engineering, and like Watson already doesn't admit that many like black people into the program. So going into the program where freshman year was 500 students in total, there were only about 5 black people there. So just knowing that there aren't that many black people in the program, like I just don't have that type of like support system, and because of that, like it just makes it very hard to maneuver spaces like this.
I, for instance, haven't personally experienced any issues of racism. Neither have any of my close friends or anything.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't experienced any issues myself, but I know plenty of friends that have here on this campus and at home. I think it's everywhere.
No, actually, because it doesn't seem that way at all. Because I hang around a multitude of different races, and pretty much I don't see it as just everyone is a different race. So, like, everyone's just themselves.
I haven't encountered racism at this institution, and it's unfortunate that it does happen in this institution.
I haven't experienced any prejudice at all.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I've ever dealt with any prejudice issues or anything.
I was actually asked that recently, and I thought no, because just going about everyday life, you would think, okay, we're in a very like diverse culture now, thinking that we live in the 21st century, but thinking to like everyday situations where you would have to walk fast past another person just to make them feel comfortable because you're a black man. Just small things like that makes you feel like, okay, yeah, I guess this world isn't as perfect as you would think it is.
I definitely feel that regardless of what campus you're on, what campus students are on, any isolated group on campus is having some experiences that the vast majority of folks on that campus are not aware of what they're experiencing. With Mizzou, there are a lot of similarities, but also differences that are important to, in fact, highlight in terms of comparing to Binghamton University. For one, I think that one of the big pieces is that we have a president that, regardless of what folks think of President Stenger, he has been a staunch proponent for diversity initiatives. He made it a priority when it was not something that was put forward by the current divisions to be a priority. He created the office and found the budget, the resources to create our office. We currently have a restorative justice committee that is looking at researching other institutions to see what type of alternative dispute resolution model is suitable for Binghamton University, what's out there and what can we do. And those are the type of discussions that we engage in. Students, faculty, staff are all a part of those committees. So those are important pieces that students should be aware of, are distinct from Mizzou.
All right, this is not gonna work. This is my show. This is my segment. Wait. So let's recap. As we've seen today, the University of Missouri incident affects everyone differently. No matter what cultural group you associate with or you feel like you're a part of, the common issue here is a lack of understanding and communication. And we all know that that's the first step.
So hope you enjoy our today's episode. Of course, we have more things coming up. So if you want to know more about MRC, please follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and also watch our YouTube video.
Yes, thank you so much for watching this second episode of the MRC Diversity Talk Show. We look forward to seeing you next time.